I really need to work on getting this sign fixed up and correct amount of panels in here. Can I prop this up? Some IC sockets maybe? There, fixed. In the meantime, let's open some mail. Apparently, I have some potentiometers. It says potentiometers times 5. It looks more like 10 to me, and it's those green ones that I like because they are very compact but still rugged, and these are dual potentiometers. So we have a set of 3 pins and then another set of 3 pins, and both of those internal potentiometers are controlled at the same time. So that's useful with things like if you want to control the volume on a stereo output, you can turn the volume up or down simultaneously on both output channels. But there's other types of circuits that can use this. One of them is a certain kind of audio filter that has 2 potentiometers ganged like this, and that's what I really bought this for. So over the coming weeks or months, I'll be putting these to use, trying to do some audio circuits. 10 pieces of 10K potentiometer RK097G. I got mine for $2.17 on AliExpress. So the form factor looks like 0.1 inch row pitch and pin pitch. So there's 2 potentiometers and we have the 6 pins for the terminals. The only problem with using these, I won't be able to put this on a breadboard. What I would really need is for the pins to be this far apart. So one potentiometer lands on these 3 pins and I can connect them here, and the other would land on these 3 pins and I would connect on that side, but I can't fit that. So I may have to solder this onto a proto board or something else. Maybe I can just solder wires on here and stick those in the breadboard. Otherwise, I do like this style, so this is what I've been buying lately. And here's a plastic sheet, always very useful to have. So this time, let's see what it actually is. Well, I guess it's a bubble wrap sheet. Some instructions on how to leave feedback. Little surface mount stuff, not very easy to get at. Okay. SOT23 transistor-y looking things. So I'm going to have to look up the listing based on the tracking info on the shipping label, see what this actually is. 100 pieces, BSS138 N-channel MOSFET 50 volt 220 milliamp SOT23 package. I got 100 for $1.25. If we try to figure out the part markings, I think that says J1. One site I go to is smdmark.com. So you can type in a part marking, and of course you're going to get all kinds of options, but if you have a ballpark idea, this can help cross-reference. So I know I'm trying to figure out if I have BSS 138 with a J1 marking, and over on the search, J1 could be BSS 138. So if all these parts get mixed up in my collection, I can try looking up the parts like this and see what they are. This one's an N-channel logic level FET. Lately I've been designing circuits with N and P channel, and I have a couple of P channels, but I needed more N channels, so I ordered this. One thing I used these recently for are these 3.3 to 5 volt level shifters, and now I have another 100 to go back into stock. This is a light post, so it says. I don't think there's a light post in here. But there are LEDs. It's a string of LEDs. I ordered a set of this in a previous mailbag, and now I have another set. And this would be 50 WS2811s. I don't want to unbundle it, but I do want to test it. So here's my connectors, and here's this RGB LED controller I got recently as well that came with the remote, but it never worked with the remote. I just plug this into 5 volts, plug this connector into the strip or string, and just by chance this does a demo when I power it up. So I don't really need to be able to control it if I just want to see something. Here's 5 volts. So if I turn this on, activity. So they are changing colors, and as Far as I can tell, they're all working. That's just what I wanted. So now I have 2 sets of these strings of 50, and I wonder if I can do something Christmassy with those in the coming weeks. So that's good. I'll lay these aside. 50 times 12mm LED module, RGB, WS2811 addressable pixel LED strip, which is actually a string. My listing is long gone, but I paid $9.18, so let's just take a look at a listing. Bunch of LEDs with their control module and 3 wires for power and data running pixel to pixel. So you can stretch these out and use them as hanging decorations, compared to those other tape strips where it's more useful for mounting under a cabinet or something like that. These might make interesting Christmas tree project lights. And these are 5 volt. I assume they are saying individual pixels can take up to 60 milliamps, but it's probably a lot less than that in reality for each pixel. Looks like I have 2 plastic sheets in this order. So what is it really? This kind of looks like what I just recently opened. Another set of instructions on leaving feedback. And some more surface mount parts. Can I open this without destroying it? Maybe. Another SOT23 transistor-y looking thing. The markings on this are 2A. And is that 1AM, IAM? Let's look it up and find out what it is. 100 pieces MMBT3904 with part marking 1AM. And when I search 1AM at SMD Mark, it is a 3904. And 3906 with a part marking 2A and something else going along the side. 2A is a 3906. And a few other things, but I know this is what I'm trying to match it to, so looks good. Lots of people are selling lots of 100 or 200 of all kinds of transistors. Some of them have them all in one listing with a pull-down bar, so you can order whatever you need. When I bought the 3904 and 3906 NPN and PNP, I got each lot of 100 for 99 cents. Just your general purpose NPN, PNP. And I needed surface mount to go on PCB designs, including one that's coming in this week that I want to put together. So I think 100 of each should do for now. And another plastic sheet, so says the description. I don't suppose it's more transistors. No, it looks like a kit. And it looks like a powerful kit. I believe this is a linear regulator power supply kit, and I think that's an LM317 regulator, filtering capacitor, PCB, screw terminals, heat sink, switch, potentiometer, some probably rectifier diodes. So this kit's been floating around. It was assembled in a face-off by Junk from Work and Civil Electronics to see who could solder this thing the fastest. So I don't know if I'm capable of doing speed soldering, but we'll see if I join the competition and see how fast I can get this thing assembled in an upcoming video. LM317 step down DC 5 to 35 volts down to 1.25 to 30 volts. I paid $2.23 no shipping. If we take a look at one of these listings, there's all the parts. There's what it looks like when assembled. There's what you get in the kit. And you can supply AC or DC, because it looks like there's some diodes here for a bridge rectifier, and it says it can deliver up to 1 amp, which hopefully this heatsink will do fine to handle. Looks like they have speaker terminals here for the output wire connections. Big, awkward-looking rocker switch for the power. I don't see a schematic on this listing, but there's probably one out there somewhere. The LM317 part can do 1.25 to 37 volts out, 1.5 amps, and the circuit will look a little like this, probably not with this diode, this capacitor, but 2 resistors, one being a potentiometer to adjust the output voltage. AC or DC in, bridge rectifier, into the regulator, and variable out. Well, that's not bad. We have some more LEDs, some semi-specialized potentiometers that I needed for audio circuits, various kinds of transistors I need for upcoming PCB assembly, I've been doing board designs that use N and P channel FETs, as well as NPN and PNP bipolars. So looks like I'm getting stocked up. And a kit to put together. I don't think I've done one of those in many months. So thanks for stopping by. Special thanks to patrons. Stay tuned to see what I do with all these parts, and see you on the next video.